The world's a scary place. From the cancers to the various viral diseases, it can oftentimes feel unsafe. The newest of these microscopic killers is the Ebola virus disease. The Ebola virus disease, also known as Ebola hemorrhagic fever or just simply Ebola, is a deadly disease that is proving to be a more prominent world health problem. As the Ebola epidemic escalates, it is important that the individuals of the world understand how the virus works, the statistics behind the disease, and the preventative steps that can be used to control and or eradicate the disease. According to Ruth Tam, Ebola is a potentially deadly disease that affects the cellular structure of individuals and leads to a variety of harsh symptoms and most frequently death. Ebola is transmitted through bodily fluids such as blood, mucus, and vomit. As Ebola is spread from individual to individual, symptoms such as muscle fatigue and internal and external bleeding commence. According to David Gorski, as symptoms progress and conditions worsen, organ failure and most frequently death arises from low blood pressure and low blood nutrient concentration. What can concur, the severity of the disease and its growing prevalence is causing a great impact on the people of the world. Ebola's effect on people is vast and rapidly growing every day. According to Martin Ensring, the number of Ebola cases have rose from 0 to nearly 10,000 in a mere 5 months. Ensring also claims that the World Health Organization predicts 5,000 to 10,000 more cases to arise before December. Not only is the dispersal of the disease alarming, but so is its death rate. The World Health Organization claims that so far 50% of cases of Ebola have ended in death. In conclusion, the number of cases and deaths of Ebola are rising at such an alarming rate that steps must be taken to control and or eradicate the virus. Thankfully, there are potential cures, vaccines, and preventative steps that can control and or eradicate the virus. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Ebola vaccines and cures are on the horizon and are being experimentally tested right now. The leading cure, an experimental drug called ZMapp, has been experimentally found to cure a very high percentage of animals infected with Ebola and has even cured 2 doctors who contracted the disease while in Africa. According to the World Health Organization, until the aforementioned cures and vaccines are approved, various preventive steps must be taken to control the disease in itself. In conclusion, the Ebola virus disease is a potentially fatal infectious disease that is escalating and spreading rapidly. The number of disease cases in the world is exponentially rising, and until vaccines and cures are FDA approved, preventative steps must be taken to control the disease. The Ebola virus disease is climbing to the forefront of the world health problems. Just think of how terrifying living in an Ebola-infected population would be.